What is up, POW fam? Welcome to day 89 of Countdown to FIDE 100. So today, in 2012, we're gonna cover a game that I personally look forward to watch the game one day once again. It's between Magnus Carlsen, the world number 1 in 2012, and the world champion Viswanathan Anand. This this game isn't in the World Championship that was in 2013. Unfortunately, I don't think if I'm gonna cover that next year. I mean tomorrow. Next year, yeah. So let's take a look at this game between Carlsen and Anand. Anand, the two legends that revolutionized the game of chess in the decade tens. Okay, let's begin. Carlsen begins with e4, and then Vichy goes with Sicilian, and then knight f3, d6, bishop b5, bishop d7, bishop takes, queen takes, c4, knight f6, knight c3, g6, d4, c takes, knight takes, bishop g7, f3, queen g7, b3, queen a5, and bishop b2. Stating that the better is bishop d2, knight c6, knight takes, b takes, queen c2, knight h5, rook d1, castle, knight a4. What? Rook d1, castles, knight a4, queen e5. And that would have been and white have a slight advantage. And I'd say gonna go for castle, and then probably I'm gonna go for here, just to go for that. And maybe I could also go for there to try to go for that diagonal. So yeah. Going back to bishop d2, the game continues with knight c6, castles, knight ce2, rook f d8, bishop d3, queen b6, king h1, b5, knight takes, b takes, queen e1, rook dc8, e5, knight e8, e6, f takes, knight f4, bishop takes, queen takes, d4, queen d2. Seems fine enough, but the better one is queen e1, d5, knight takes, rook c6, knight f4, e6, knight d3, a5, rook f2, knight f6, and white would have a slight advantage over here. I could go for here and go for there eventually, but I can also go for there. Or maybe I could also go for that to try to attack this knight. Let's just say, if I go for that here, I'm gonna go knight to d7, and probably queen e4 or queen g5. Same time, a queen may move somewhere around here. It makes sense about that, but knight d2, it would go on, but I'd say knight to e5, and then the rook can go over here. Let's just say if I go here, I can go back. This time trying to attack, and maybe I'm gonna go for attack here. You cannot go here because it's check. Back to queen d2. There's c5, rook ae1, knight g7, g4, rook c6, knight h3, knight e8. Vichy made the mistake. No way. So the variation states e5, queen h6, g5, queen takes, rook e6, rook takes h6, queen f4, rook f8, and white would have had a slight advantage. And yeah, there's something like a bad move right there, or a good move at least after all. Okay, the game continues with queen h6 and knight f6, knight g5, and then d3, which is a bad move again. It's just collapsing for Vichy. It would have been continued with queen a6, rook e5, queen c8, rook fe1, queen f8, queen h3, d3, knight takes, and then queen f7, and white would have been a slight advantage, a what would have been better here? Like, I'd say I'm gonna maintain it here, going back. And then, I don't know. So it ends with rook e5 with white winning, and then king h8, rook b1, queen a6, and a4. Thus, Vishy resigned because I have no idea. I think it's. I think if he moves that knight, it's like he's trying to checkmate unless he like goes on here, and then like goes there. Maybe go here and like yeah, it's gonna defend that, but there's no choice for Vishy. If the game would have been continued, queen c8, rook takes, queen f8, queen takes, rook takes, knight takes e6. No, not rook. Knight takes e6, rook f c8, and then finally g5. Wow, I've have like I don't know what to say about that. Okay, well concluded for today. Thank you so for watching POWFam. Don't forget to subscribe and become a patron. Remember patreon.com/PaulPower. And I'll see you tomorrow once again for the 90th day at the countdown to FIDE 100.